Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about a new announcement that Wolcen gave us. Balancing plans for Wolcen. What's coming up for Second Dawn and Chronicle 1? We are the 24th of July. Next week we're getting the balancing patch, the last one for Second Dawn. So let's see what they have in store for us. Hello everyone, we're currently working on a balancing overhaul that will affect every aspect of Wolcen character customization. Skills, Gate of Fate, skill modifiers, items, and more. I'm pretty happy with that. Considering the size of the overhaul, we could not complete it for the next week's patch, but plan to release it with our first Chronicle. Okay, that's really needed. I mean, I would have liked if they did it all for Second Dawn because that was the plan for Second Dawn. But Chronicle is really the deadline here. Chronicle is the deadline. In order to provide a better player experience in the wake of the big update, we worked on a smaller skill balancing patch that will come along with the already announced performance optimization, bug fixing, and quality of life improvements. Skill balancing. The main goal for this patch is to allow for most skills to be viable in an endgame scenario. The main modifications are about damage numbers. The damage curve for most skills have been reworked so that they deal more damage as a character gains a level. This was really neat. I mean, the base damage and value of some modifiers or of underused skills have been greatly increased. Annihilation, Arctic Spear, Consuming Embers. Oh, consuming Ember builds incoming, guys, again. Might be even better now. Eclipse, wow. How will they make this work? How will they make this work? Eclipse was like completely useless. Infinity Blades, Lightbringer, Parasite, Thunderstrike, Stings of Crearian, Slayer's Flurry, Anvil's Woe, Evasion, Wrath of Baphomet, Flight of Gavinir, Phantom Blades. Ooh, Phantom Blades buff? Oh, that could be huge, guys. Phantom Blades was already really good. Phantom Blades was already really good. Stuff that I'm most excited about in here: Phantom Blades, Infinity Blades. Depending on what is better. I mean, Stings of Crearian is also pretty good. Like it was still able to clear endgame right now, so we'll see about that. But I think in all of these, Consuming Ember and Phantom Blaze are the ones I'm most excited about. Some skills also have had more specific improvements that will be listed in the dedicated changelog. We expect that you will be able to pick in a much larger pool of viable skills during your high level expeditions, leading to an increase in build diversity. Interesting. Chronicle 1 and further. The incoming patch focuses on skills and damage numbers, providing a short term solution to the fact that most skills feel underwhelming when played in high level expeditions. Okay, I mean, that's good. There are other issues that we know are not addressed in this patch, and for which we have advanced enough plans so that we feel comfortable sharing them with you. Priority issues we want to address: character identity. We want to accentuate the impact of the choices you make. Currently, if a character fully invests in one damage type, lightning for example, then he only deals around 20 to 30% more damage in that damage type as opposed to others. We think it is far from enough. If you mainly invest in lightning damage, your character must feel way stronger when using a lightning skill. Okay, that is nice. So you will actually be able to build a frost mage or a fire mage or whatever, like an occult melee character or something like that. That could be really nice. Damage scaling. We want to provide more ways to make the damages of a character scale when progressing. Active skill modifiers. The Gate of Fates. The equipment should play a bigger role in how much damage you inflict. Okay. Clarity. We want to make it easier to understand the impact of the choices you make. Your active skill modifier increases the damage of your skill by 20%. It should and it will really increase the damage of your skill by 20% instead of having a different behavior depending on if it is a spell or an attack, and either way only increasing its damage by 5% at most. Okay, so they will make it so what I understand from this is that they will make it so increased damage and more damage, so additive versus multiplicative damage, will be clearly separated by a good wording. So we will have like really nice wording for this. So you will know if that node is additive or multiplicative. That's what I hope. Now, about what we plan exactly. Please note that, okay, disclaimer. Please note that all may not come in the same update. Although we are confident in what we want to do, the shape of some things may change as the design process moves forward. Other balancing related improvements are planned, and we will tell you more about them in due time. For now, this section should cover the most important ones. Bonus damage rework. Currently, most bonus damage are additive. This means that if you have plus 50% damage from your attributes and 20% from your Get of Fates, it becomes 70% damage overall. Because bonus damage from attributes can easily go over 600% damage, it makes it so other sources of bonus damage are comparatively insignificant. Oh, yeah, that is absolutely right. What we plan: reduce the damage bonuses that can be obtained via attributes to a more manageable amount. Make it so different sources of bonus damage are multiplicative. Multiple bonuses to damage from the same source are still additive. Example: I have 50% damage from my Get of Fates, 20% damage from my items, and 10% damage from my attributes. Since all sources are multiplicative with each other, I will have a final multiplier equal to 1.98. That leads to a bonus of 98% damage. Bonuses to damage from nodes of the Get of Fates. Active skill modifiers and equipment will then play a bigger role in the amount of damage your character will be able to inflict, allowing you to have much more control over how you want to build your character. Um, what needs to be done here, I think, is really make it really clear to the player what is additive and what is multiplicative. So most games go this way. If you have something that increases your damage, so increased damage, that is additive because it increases from the base, and then more damage is just a straight multiplier. So if you word it more damage, then it's multiplicative, and if you word it increased damage, then it's additive. Um, I'm quite excited to see how they do this. Spell damage rework. Currently, the base damage of spell only depends on the level of the spell as opposed to the attacks for which it is a multiplier of the base damage of the weapon. It causes scaling issues when going at high level because the spell level is capped, but the weapon level isn't. Yeah, so and that is why, um, I mean, using so if that would work, using a staff, you can have a higher base for the staff instead of a pistol. So right now, every mage goes with like either a dagger, a pistol, or something like that, and with a catalyst because there's no way a staff can be better than a one-hander catalyst. But I guess that they are working on that. So it also doesn't work very well with some specific mage effects. If you have a staff that allows you to cast Bleeding Edge, and because of the base damage of the staff is very low, Bleeding Edge's damage will, for once, feel very underwhelming. I like the for once here. What we plan. Spells and attacks will scale the same way using the base damage of the currently equipped weapon. Damage of summons will also scale based on your weapon damage. This is all pretty good stuff. Staves will be reworked in order to deal significant damage. Hmm. I mean, I already made a video about people complaining that staff isn't viable. Staves are viable. They are just inferior to one-hander catalyst. But now staves will be clearly, I hope, the way to go for pure spell casters, as it should be. It will allow for spells to scale correctly in high level situations. It will increase the impact of your weapons on how much damage you deal when using a spell. Also allow for right click build with a staff and unlock some new spell plus attack builds that don't use a catalyst. Damage and element effectiveness multiplier. Currently, if you have an item that adds 10 flat damage to your skills, then it will add 10 damage to each instance of your skill, regardless of how often it hits. Wait a second. If you have an item that adds 10 flat damage, okay. This means that skills that hit very frequently, such as Anomaly, will better use these 10 flat added damage than a very low skill very slow skill such as Anvil's Woe. Same thing for ailments. It will be easier to apply ailments with a skill that ticks very often. Okay. We will add a new what they plan. They will add a new damage effectiveness multiplier that can have a different value for each skill. If a skill has 120% damage effectiveness multiplier, then all flat added damage applied to this skill are multiplied by 120%. A similar multiplier will be used for the elements. With a 120% element effectiveness multiplier, the chance to apply an element is multiplied by 120. That is kind of how Last Epoch works as well. Um, it can be used to reduce the damage and chance to apply elements for skills that tick very often, but also to increase these two traits for slower skills. For example, we could imagine that a skill requires to be charged as a higher damage multiplier the longer it is charged. That's nice. Other improvements. Score rework. The formula used for the different characteristics that use a score system, critical chance, element, blah blah blah, will change completely. Okay. That I mean the score was really ambiguous to many people, me included. Like your base score and the increase of your score when it said increase your attack speed or increase attack speed score and stuff like that. It was very ambiguous. So we want to use a formula with which we can have more control and make it so investing in these characteristics via attributes points always feel rewarding. Okay, that's nice. So that means no more pure ferocity, no more pure toughness. Like you will be actually able to select, okay, I want a little bit of attack speed to reach that point where it feels good. I want some crit here. I want like life. I want so that will probably be nice. Element scaling. Element's damage will be able to scale with other characteristics with other characteristics than element damage. For example, your bonus fire damage would also be applied to your burn damage. Okay. That that might make element work, but as you guys know, the thing is with elements is that they are so overpowered early on and so underpowered in the late game. It's gonna need some fine tuning. It's gonna need some fine tuning. Force shield generation regen rework. Currently, the force shield regen works the same way as the life regen. It is a flat value that is regenerated each second. We want to change it from flat value to percentage of your maximum force shield. Okay. Okay, I don't know if that will actually. I don't know. We'll see. Force shield currently requires too many uh, points, uh, too many nodes investment in your passive tree that you're missing out on so many other nodes. But I mean, this change along with the damage, the complete damage scaling rework with the passive tree and multipliers and stuff like that, it's gonna be. I mean, I'm looking forward to test it. Shield and block balancing. There will be one general block chance value that is applied no matter what weapon is equipped. There will be one general block chance value that is applied no matter what weapon is equipped. Having a shield will greatly improve your block efficiency. Okay, so we won't be able to get 100% block anymore. We'll just like a shield will give you block efficiency, or I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how to read this. Anyways, this is just for block. And you guys know I don't usually use block. I go full squishy, all DPS. All that may feel a bit abstract to some of you, but we feel that it's important to share more about our intentions for this short-term patch, as well as our plans for character building and customization for the following months. Don't hesitate to share your feedback. Thank you all for your support and stay safe. Alright guys, my thought about this, I think this is pretty nice. I think this is the kind of communications that we want to see from the devs actually. Um, it is very nice that they actually share all of these specific things that they plan to do. So the community can give their feedback and they can get that feedback and then start thinking again like and improve upon these. Um, I think this is a good announcement for Wolcen. Honestly, I think this is a good announcement. Uh, I'm especially excited to try more builds now that like all of these skills will get a buff. I mean, Phantom Blades was already great. Will it be the king? Consuming Embers had a build which was pretty good at like clearing the whole map with perfect gear, obviously. But now that it's getting a buff, I think this is gonna be great. Who doesn't like a good old fireball build? Like this is pretty good. The devs have been in touch with me. They have asked my feedback and other people's feedback, and I I can tell you guys that they know what is wrong with the game, and they are working on improving it. Um, they still have to prove themselves, and that will come with the Chronicle One. That is my ultimatum. Chronicle One, Wolcen needs to feel good. Wolcen needs to feel good, have build diversity, and most of all, no exploits or like just like not like overly use exploits, and probably fix them as soon as possible and mitigate the damage. If that is like banning players once that comes up, that is up to them. But yeah, so main problems were duping and God mode. Those two things should not be in the game anymore. We'll have a fresh economy. Everything will be fresh. Start back at level 1. I think this is going to be great. And overall, I think this announcement is pretty great. So that is pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.